1,000% this. Because even if you're found not guilty in a criminal trial does not mean you're not responsible for civil consequences. The standard in civil cases where you have to prove that you've suffered some sort of a harm that amounts to a tort is a lot lower than it is in criminal cases. In a civil case, it's a balance of probabilities. It's more likely than not that the person did it, whereas beyond a reasonable doubt, that's a much higher standard. So you can still be found liable, financially or otherwise, in the civil context, even if you're not guilty in the criminal context. Obviously, a finding of guilt in the criminal context makes it a lot easier to prove the case in the civil context, but just because you're not guilty in the criminal context doesn't mean there won't be and can't be other consequences for you. And this also reminds me of another point, which is a lot of people say that the criminal justice system doesn't really cater to victims of crime, and that's why we have these two different systems. The criminal justice system really caters to society and the public interest and determining the truth of whether or not an offense was committed, while recognizing the need for a fair trial to the public, to the accused, and to the accuser. But the civil system cares about making people whole, people who have suffered wrongs, determining whether there was a civil wrong, and then making them whole for that wrong. So if a person is concerned about a victim of something needing to seek compensation, they should turn to the civil system. That's where those types of cases, that's where the rights of a person who's been a victim can be litigated and can be compensated for.